So, TF2's had a bad month. So I actually have got my MVM video ready, and I'm actually really excited to see how that one does, and I'm ready to upload it. But I'm pushing it back another week to address the recent VNN video that has stated that Valve has essentially confirmed that TF2 is on pause. Now, it's not really confirmed, but it is, but it isn't. So take in mind, it's basically confirmed. But yeah, development is on pause from this point on, like it hasn't been already. This has led to many people saying this is the death of TF2, and it doesn't help that Valve has released a new game, cool and all, that had TF2 references in it, and for whatever reason, that annoyed a lot of people. There's a little Scout minifigure that you can find on a shelf in this new VR game that's coming out. That's really annoyed people, don't quite see why. I think it's quite tasteful, but whatever. They also updated their banner on Twitter, and it includes a few of their games, kind of most of their games, but TF2 wasn't one of them. It had CSGO, Dota 2, Half-Life, and Artifact. Artifact being literally a dead game. No, I'm not even joking, literally a dead game. It still has servers, but the player count was like in the hundreds last time I checked. There's like nobody playing. But the only game they missed out was TF2, which poured salt and a little fire into a really dangerous wound. They did amend this by adding a TF2 bit in their banner, but they've since changed it to a scene from the new Half-Life game, which is fine. This has been a pretty bad week as a result in it making many people question the future of TF2. It's now unclear if there will ever be this promised heavy update that they've been gassing up, or any real updates at all for that matter. To address some of these concerns in the only way Valve ever does, by not talking about it, they've released a small patch update to fix some of the bugs on the 21st of November, which some are interpreting as Valve throwing us the last thing they had fixed on their agenda, throwing it to us as kind of a parting gift. Others are seeing it as Valve's nod that the game isn't dead. I personally don't think it means anything, and that the community is just a little sensitive at this current moment. I actually genuinely think it just was like one of the developers like, alright, I've got to move on to this new Valve game, but I've got these ready to go, I'm going to get them shipped out. That's kind of how I'm viewing it, but I'm hearing mixed opinions, and none of us are necessarily right. The other massive issue, and I tread carefully here because it's a bad subject. The other massive issue we've interpreted we've uncovered a massive amount of paedophiles in the TF2 community. Say we people, and I've actually been unfollowing folk based off of this because you'll hear why. The part that makes this all worse is that some of these cases are completely fabricated due to personal feuds between people involved. In a few of the cases, no actual crimes or intention of a crime have actually been committed, and in other, serious criminal actions have taken place and hopefully will be dealt with by the appropriate local authorities. My main issue with the whole thing is that a few of them are fake, and are genuinely just people wanting attention or to shame someone that they don't like. And this is why I've personally not made any comments, any retweets, any of these events, due to a lot of them having twisted information or both sides, or genuinely not actually being true. It's just someone deciding, oh, if I interpret the way someone has said this like this, then I can twist it. And that's not me. Like I can actually say, I think there's been 7 cases, and I've only heard of one of the people. That's about it. And the one person I have heard of is actually genuinely a false allegation. It is really weird. I don't really get it. And really, if someone like this is serious, then they should go straight to the police. Not Twitter, not Discord. You can actually prevent prosecution in a court of law by leaking this sort of information in the wrong way to the media, such as Twitter. And in many cases have actually caused guilty people to get away with their crimes just because some gobshite has gone, oh, I think this guy's a pedo, blah, 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 and then uploaded false evidence and such a thing. And I've heard of cases where these cases have gone in the favour of an actual criminal because information was just whacked on Twitter. All these events have led to a pretty bitter taste in the TF2 community, and it's showing on Reddit, on Twitter, even casual servers. I reported quite a few people in. Even the server I went in was full of racists and just vile shit coming out of people's mouths. And literally, I will actually use that gameplay because it just shows how I had a few games like that, but this is the only one where I took note of it. It's only when reviewing the footage I actually noticed how, and obviously because I was actually reporting them because I'd noticed. I'm going to use that footage because it's just horrible at the moment. You know, the toxic attitude many TF2 players have is worse than ever. It makes you wonder if Valve were to log onto Reddit or Twitter or have a look at their casual servers and saw the way that players and users are talking, attacking each other, engaging in racism and harassment and hate crimes. if Valve would actually want to associate themselves with that sort of community, because if I, for example, I have a Discord. I don't have many people in it, but if I saw my Discord was full of racists and fascists and just the worst kind of people, I'd start by trying to get rid of as many of them as I can. But ultimately, if I can't, then I'd pull the plug on it. It'd go. And if I was Valve, I'd have a stage 1, 2, maybe even a stage 3 to try and get rid of these sorts of people. But ultimately, if I was to have to make a decision to pull the plug on it, I probably would. I wouldn't want to associate myself with that sort of thing. But that's just my thoughts. I, for one, I'm going to carry on making TF2 videos regardless of the current situation. I will have a video coming out on my thought process about trading, with the way the trading market might turn coming out, how it might change, and how I've kind of thrown this idea around, how I think the trading community will have to adapt and will be forced to adapt. And fortunately, the way that the TF2 trading community will change compared to the way the CSGO one just got killed. Gonna release a video on that very soon. And there will be other things coming out TF2 regard. I'm a TF2 channel. I'm a channel that has TF2 on it. I will actually start uploading other games to the channel, as I intended to do all year, but I'm very busy. There's a lot of real world changes that you're not interested in that have been going on. But TF2 is far from dead. It's only dead when the community kills it. And that's that. This week's shout out goes to that OBS guy for commenting on my how to install a custom HUD video. I noticed, I think all the comments I've pulled for these little shout outs at the end of the videos have come from that video, so I'm going to have to change that for next week. Ivan J. Caliber, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out my Twitter and Discord in the links in the description below. Adios.